Hello guys, today in this video, we are going to help you to find out the best USB flash drive in market. I made this list based on my personal opinion and I tried to list them based on their quality, durability, customer review and more. If you want to see their price and find out more information about them, you can check our links in the description below. Number 11. Kingston Data Traveler Elite G2 64GB. If you're looking for a classic flash drive with a more durable metal body, the Kingston Data Traveler Elite G2 64GB may be for you. Sporting a familiar design with upgraded materials makes it feel better suited to stand the test of time than the more common plastic fare. It also displayed great large file speeds in our tests. It wrote our 5GB test movie file in just 47 seconds, making it an excellent device for backing up or transferring large media files. Like many drives we tested, the Kingston Data Traveler Elite G2 64GB got bogged down when transferring large folders filled with lots of smaller files. Our 5GB small file tester folders took over 26 minutes to be written to this flash drive, much slower than what we would consider the average mark. We also don't like the plastic cap that protects the USB connector, which feels flimsy compared to the rest of the drive and is easy to lose. Still, the Kingston Data Traveler Elite G2 is a fairly rugged and dependable drive, especially when working with larger files. Number 10. SanDisk Ultra Fit CZ43 256GB. The SanDisk Ultra Fit CZ43 256GB is a classic thumbnail-style drive that offers good write-read speeds in a tiny package. Though not the fastest thumbnail-style model we have tested, we found its speeds acceptable enough for working with both large media files and folders filled with Word documents and spreadsheets. Perhaps most importantly, its read speeds are quite good, so you shouldn't notice lagging if you leave it plugged into your laptop all day as secondary storage for important files. Our least favorite aspect of using the Ultra Fit CZ43 256GB is removing it from USB ports. It fits quite snugly, and the small and somewhat slick plastic body provides little purchase. The lanyard attachment slot is also too small to accommodate most keyrings. Still, for those seeking a super small thumbnail-style flash drive, the SanDisk Ultra Fit CZ43 delivers an excellent overall experience. Number 9. PNY Turbo 64GB. The PNY Turbo 64GB provided very reliable, if somewhat slow, file transfers throughout our testing. It also has a protective cover that slides over the USB connector, a feature that many of the other budget options on the market lack. We found the slim profile to be fairly unobtrusive when hung from a keychain. The diminished speed is the apparent downside of the PNY Turbo 64GB. It took this drive a whopping 51 minutes to write our 5GB test folder filled with small files. It was much faster in writing a single 5GB video file, taking just over 3 minutes, but that was still toward the back of the pack. Suffice it to say, this drive isn't for people who regularly transfer large amounts of data via flash drives. However, the PNY Turbo 64GB is a good choice at a reasonable price if you just want a model that you know will work for the odd times that you need it. Number 8. SanDisk Cruiser CZ36 128GB. A good option for anyone looking for a lot of digital storage on the cheap is the classic SanDisk Cruiser CZ36 128GB. In many instances, this drive costs half as much as other models of the same capacity. Perhaps most importantly, it provided consistent and reliable performance in our testing. We have run into many budget drives that fail in the middle of long file transfers, but the Cruiser CZ36 completed every task we asked of it, even if it took a little longer than some other models. The USB connector retracts and clicks solidly into place when extended, making it easy to slide into ports. The Cruiser CZ36's biggest downside is its speed. Of the drives that receive our stamp of approval, it is one of the slowest. When we wrote a 5GB folder of many small files to this drive, the biggest speed challenge for any drive, it took 15 minutes to complete. While certainly not blazing, this speed is still tolerable for occasional file backups. For those who want to increase their important files' redundancy without spending a bundle, this is an excellent choice. Number 7. Samsung Fit Plus 128GB. If you plan to use a super slim and portable thumbnail-style drive, the Samsung Fit Plus 128GB is sure to please. Despite its small stature, it was one of the fastest drives we tested, writing our 5GB testing folder in less than 4 minutes. Perhaps more importantly, its read speeds are phenomenal. It read that same folder in a mere 41 seconds. This makes it the perfect tiny drive to use as a secondary storage option for your laptop, allowing you to access all of its files with nary a lag. Plus, it provides all this impressive performance at a relatively average price. The one thing we wish was slightly different about the Samsung Fit Plus 128GB is the keychain attachment point. It is slim enough that most keyrings get clamped down, forcing the drive to sit at a 90 angle. This negates this drive's small footprint and makes it very difficult to use without removing it from the keyring. A lanyard would help fix this problem, but we found even thin lanyards difficult to thread. We wish it were easier to attach this drive to something since its small size makes it easy to lose. Still, the Samsung Fit Plus 128GB is the best option we've found for fans of extreme portability of super tiny thumbnail drives. Number 6. SanDisk iSpand 128GB. The SanDisk iSpand 128GB is the best iPhone-compatible drive we've found. It offers a quick and easy way to back up files on your phone, wherever you happen to be. The SanDisk app allows you to easily select which files you want to download from or upload to your phone, and it can perform quick photo backups. Most USB Lightning drives that we've tested provide near glacial speeds, but the iSpand 128GB provides impressive speeds when using its USB connection. In our tests, it wrote a 5GB folder full of small files, the most difficult of our speed tests, in just over 6 minutes, putting it in the top tier. The biggest disappointment with the iSpand is that speeds are about halved when switching from the USB to the Lightning connector, meaning it can take 15 minutes or more to back up 5 GBs worth of photos. Also, the flexible rubber plastic connection between the two connectors must be flexed to plug the drive into an iPhone, and we don't like the long-term durability of that connection. However, for anyone that wants a drive for transferring files to and from their iPhone, we think the SanDisk iSpand 128GB offers the best combination of performance, convenience, and price. Number 5. SanDisk Ultra Dual Drive 128GB. Now that many popular laptops and newer Android phones are moving to USB-C, it can be super convenient to have a flash drive compatible with this new port as well as the common USB-A. The only USB flash drive we have found that hits the mark in this regard is the SanDisk Ultra Dual Drive 128GB. Both connectors can be retracted at the same time, allowing it to maintain a slim profile. If you use the drive with a phone, SanDisk provides a convenient app that will enable you to do manual backups by specific file type. Additionally, the Ultra Dual Drive is much faster than other Type A Type C drives that we've tested. While this drive provides at least average speed for most file transfers, it can sometimes get bogged down when writing many small files. It took 26 minutes to write our 5GB small file testing folder. We also found the lanyard attachment annoying. It sits in the center of the drive body, is too small for a keyring, and requires a master seamstress's skills to thread. Despite these small drawbacks, for those that want both USB Type A and Type C connectivity, the SanDisk Ultra Dual Drive is the best option available. Number 4. PNY Pro Elite 256GB. If you're constantly transferring large media files or data sets between computers, you'll love the PNY Pro Elite 256GB. This model is also great for editing photos and videos without moving them onto your computer. It's crazy fast. It wrote our 5GB speed torture test folder in just 2 minutes, a mere fraction of what it took most drives. It also gobbled up a 5GB movie file in only 20 seconds, and the read speeds are even faster. This blazing speed is backed up by a stylish and durable all-metal build. It is one of the few full-sized flash drives that we are confident could survive the wear and tear of living on a keychain. The PNY Pro Elite 256GB is considerably more expensive than most flash drives on the market. However, the extra speed it affords will be well worth the investment if you're one that continually moves large files around. Number 3. Samsung Bar Plus 128GB. The Samsung Bar Plus 128GB perfectly fills the keychain niche for those moments when it just pays to have a USB flash drive on hand. The all-metal construction is super sturdy, and the relatively sleek design allows it to nestle onto even crowded keyrings. It is still long enough to insert it into a USB port without removing it from the keyring. It also provides good overall speed. In our tests, it wrote a 5GB folder with lots of small files in less than 4 minutes. Its read speeds are particularly impressive, meaning you can quickly access files stored on the drive. This makes the Samsung Bar Plus the perfect option for files that you don't want taking up space on your laptop's hard drive, but that you may need to access at a moment's notice. Our biggest issue with the Samsung Bar Plus 128GB is the hump on the drive's back, where the keyring is attached. While these extra curves lend the drive even more of a space-age feel, they also make it bulkier and less sleek than some other keychain-oriented models. However, the Samsung Bar Plus's speed and performance so far outstrips that of its competitors that it still easily gets our top recommendation for those who prefer to attach a USB flash drive to their keychain permanently. Number 2. SanDisk Ultra CZ48 32GB. For the ultimate performance per dollar, check out the SanDisk Ultra CZ48 32GB. Even with its budget pricing, it logged an impressive 166 MB maximum read speed in our tests, outperforming almost everything else in this price range. The drive allows for a 5GB movie file to transfer to your computer in only 30 seconds. Surprisingly, despite the drive's low price, the plastic material's quality seems reliable and strong. The write speeds are the obvious disadvantage to this drive, where the top performance only got up to 14 MB/s during our tests. When pushing the drive even harder, speeds continued to decline. For instance, the drive took over 12 minutes when writing a 5GB folder full of modest files. However, if speed isn't a concern for you when saving things to the drive, it offers a great cost for a reliable way to save your files and access them fairly quickly when you need to. Number 1. SanDisk Extreme Go 64GB. The SanDisk Extreme Go 64GB displayed an excellent balance of cost and efficiency and proved to be one of the quickest drives during our testing. It completes numerous tasks rapidly, including moving a single large file or a big folder containing a large number of small files. For example, a 5GB folder filled with thousands of modest files wrote to the drive in just 7 minutes, proving to double the other model's typical speed. Large media files moved even faster, taking only 31 seconds to write a 5GB HD movie. Topping off this stellar performance is the price tag. The Extreme Go 64GB sells for well under the price of many premium drives on the market. The plastic construction feels relatively sturdy, and a smooth sliding mechanism retracts the connector when it's not in use. It's not super tiny, but the body is still thin enough that it won't be in the way of any other ports while in use. We had no problem plugging in a large cable for headphones in the next port over beside the drive. The price is on par with the performance, but if you aren't using it regularly, the cost might be more than you're willing to cough up. Also, the drive is a bit large, to the extent that it might bulk up the feel of your keychain. Even though its plastic fabrication seems stronger than others, we are not confident that it would stand up to the everyday abuse that a keychain is often subjected to. That said, if you need to transfer several gigabytes of data all at once, we think you would be pleased with the Extreme Go 64GB.